joined now by Michael Doherty from Justice Now. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Ian.
Justice Now, what is it?
We're an organisation that's been running for about 5 years now, looking into issues of police accountability, so not just deaths in custody, but obviously at the pinnacle of the sort of police accountability issue is the deaths in custody, where there hasn't been a single prosecution since 1969. Now, I've become involved with the Justice for Leon Committee in Luton, because I'm running, there's quite a historic criminal prosecution running at Luton Crown Court shortly, which I'm involved in, of the police. Now, this morning, obviously, I've been listening in, and you've had a caller in saying that the police don't or behave in a sort of corrupt way towards people unless they need it.
Yeah.
Certainly I've become involved in police corruption, which is why my life took this direction.
What happened to you? What was your involvement that made you think you want to be involved with something like this?
I have to be a bit careful because there's criminal trials going on, but I will take it in a very sort of top level. I reported the grooming of my child, 14 years old, to the Metropolitan Police back in 2008, and the police didn't investigate it. When I was asking questions why, my house was dawn raided.
Okay, so is there an investigation going into this now?
No.
Okay,
They've dropped it, but then we know that's what happens with child grooming issues. But in that instance, my recording, filming with my own phone, was what's held the police to account.
Right.
Not the police accountability system, the police watchdog, the IPCC. And I think there's a quote in the papers yesterday, which I'm going to read out from Herbert, Nick Herbert, who was the former policing minister, and I think it's very, very apt for today. And what Nick Herbert has said is, I saw in every force that I visit great people, very brave people, and when things go wrong, the people most let down are those people. But it's important they don't blame the critics. It's important they understand that these problems have been caused by elements within the service. The problem isn't that the light is being shone. The problem is that for too long it wasn't shone. And that's the issue that's going on here. Cameras, the body-worn cameras, are going to come into the police. The issue, as Glenn spoke about this morning, is the discretion as to when the police officers...
So in the trials that are taking place in various parts of the country at the moment, the police get to choose when they switch the cameras on, and you think that that's unfair and won't work?
Well, it seems that the whole thing is biased in the police's favour, in that they will choose when and when not to use those cameras. As with CCTV, the sort of line, if you've nothing to fear, or you've nothing to hide, you've nothing to fear. Why would police officers have any concerns that in every interaction with the public, the camera is on? There shouldn't be really an issue with it, because they should be behaving professionally, and in most cases they do behave professionally. That's why Leon's laws is about. We want that discretion taken away. We want every interaction with the public to be on camera, and I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be.
Now, cost, we've heard that it won't cost that much, a few £100,000, but at a time when police budgets are being slashed, and we're constantly hearing from David Lloyd and Ollie Martins and all these people that they are having to save millions of pounds, do they have the money to invest in these cameras?
Well, I think the sort of levels of trust in the British police at the moment are at an all-time historic low. I think lots of people have said that. That's a cost in itself. There's massive amounts of complaints against police, litigation against police in these circumstances. The riots, which have come about predominantly from a police accountability issue, as Glenn said, the fuel on the streets of the country, of all those little interactions where this is most people's interaction with the state, is their interaction with the police, and how they feel towards the state is how they having those interactions with the police. I think it should be just a professional relationship with the police. They should be respectful to people, and seemingly this isn't the case. I speak to people in what I do with Justice Now up and down the country, and I've heard some atrocious stories of people's interactions with the police, not just in Bedfordshire, but throughout the country.
What's happening at the meeting today? What can possibly be achieved at the meeting today?
Obviously, I think it's very, very important. I think that I'd just like to say that the Justice for Leon Committee are a group of really dedicated individuals from the Luton area. They should get every support from the community, because they're doing a sterling effort. And the fact that this is now on the council's agenda, and you've kindly put the agenda on BBC Three Counties, I think is fantastic. It's on the agenda. and let's see where it goes from there. I'd like to say, because I think it needs to be cleared up about the numbers of deaths in police custody. Yeah, so to get some figures. Glenn's talked about state deaths in custody, about 5,000-6,000 from Inquest the organisation Inquest. Since 1990 to date, there's been 1,476 deaths in police custody.
Police custody,
correct. And I'd like to take you some figures just to give you a very very quick comparator. In Germany, a 10-year period from 93 to 2003, there were 128 deaths in police custody. These are IPCC figures from 98 to 2009, a 10-year period, 333 deaths in British police custody.
So that's a big... significant. Michael, I appreciate your time this morning. Thank you very much indeed. Michael Doherty from Justice Now, 08459 455 505. Just say we're getting reports this morning that Ronnie Biggs, the great train robber, has died. We can't confirm this, but apparently lots of people are saying it on Twitter, so we'll bring you more information as soon as we get it. It's 7:15, it's BBC Three Counties Radio. Let's get the latest travel news now. Here's Alice.